Hello, hola, bonjour. Welcome to Your Story Matter podcast. I'm your host, Angie Abreu Olivo, and we are here to inspire sustainability and change by creating with purpose. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Your Story Matter podcast. I'm Angie, your host. I am a psychic, intuitive, writer, environmentalist, and a light worker. And today we're going to talk about different subjects, but all related to decolonization. Okay. Also, I'll be going into one of my channels, my channel, Angie Blog, on YouTube. Today, I'll be talking about this same subject, but also in a more psychic, intuitive tarot card reading. Kind of want to show other people about the decolonization card, which is the Hierophant. The Hierophant in reverse actually has many meanings in tarot card readings. And also, that a lot of these things that we go through require their space and time, right? Especially when we're healing old limited belief, codependent of families who, are very traditional, but it's also very toxic. They have this really intense beliefs that are so updated. They're not literate about, spirituality. They're so narrow-minded. They have this like square box, just like the society that we're living in now, right? But also, you know, uh, I find that thing that is going around where there's all these, I call it demon leeches. Seriously. Like these are people who refuse to heal, who refuse to, they're super stubborn, they're super selfish, materialistic, egocentric. They choose other demonic, disgusting, low vibe path. And, it's a free will, right? It's a choice. Also, I believe that, you know, God is forgiving, God is righteous, but only when you're willing to do the work, when you're willing to work on yourself, work on things, take accountability for yourself, see that the things that you've done, has caused harm to other people or something like that. So it takes a lot to kind of work on that redemption and redeeming yourself and working on things like that. And then the thing is because it's so hard to do those things and admit say sorry and admit that you're wrong, come forward when you're lying and manipulating and controlling, and then you're realizing that you're doing all these things, and it's like it's a normalization that has been um for many centuries, right? It's a society's acceptable justice system, everything. It's just a bunch of fake lies shit that we all have to be okay with, even though we're not, right? So we all used to this kind of hierophant in the tarot card kind of beliefs, right? But when we have it in reverse, is actually when a person is starting their colonization process. It can actually mean that something has triggered them to actually see that what they thought it was true, what they thought that, the illusion crumbles, right? So you start doing your decolonization, you start reading, you start educating yourself, you start taking accountability for your shit, right? So this is where it comes in, where I was kind of get to, is that how in the US they have this, they're going against the critical race theory, which I find it's sort of a way to maintain white supremacy, right? To maintain the oppression, to maintain inequality, because they benefit from that. And the fact that they are opposed to this thing is just makes you understand. It makes you see even more. Like I look at it like people are looking at this like, oh my God, these people are bad. Like, we all have karmic people in our lives, karmic situations that help us learn and grow and overcome those things. Doesn't mean that we have to get stuck there and stagnant and let those people kind of dictate our lives or kind of dictate. And also, those people are resistant to change. It doesn't mean that you necessarily need to be resistant to change too, right? Like you can have your own belief, your own thoughts, and and that's what we are. That's the energy that I'm been feeling this week. a lot of it, which is why I decided to come here. And I'm going to go into my uh, my uh, my card readings in the blog. I'll be leaving some other card readings. Also, there's going to be another collective reading, which is again 18 and plus, where I'm going to be kind of getting deeper into a shadow work to help certain divine masculines who have been demasculated. Okay, there's this stigma that we think that women cannot be toxic, I guess. I just want to put it out there: the narcissistic abuse, it's not something that is born with, it's raised, and this comes from women. Let's just put it out there. Narcissistics, it can both come from the parent and the mother, but I'm telling you right now, usually when it's a person that perhaps their father walked away or the father hasn't been there, and during that person's childhood life, or the parent was very, very toxic, narcissistic people are raised. And also, these people, narcissistic people, is people who are very traditional, very codependent. They need to be get nosy on other people's business. They're very controlling and manipulative. Like, they need to have this mind toxic fucking control abusive shit, and they normalize it. So if the family and parents and all these things have this kind of mentality environment, then that reading might be for you. Okay, if you're a male who have been going through some really crazy stuff and don't understand why is it that nothing really is going well for you, and you have all these people gaslighting you, manipulating you, you even have a wife or somebody who you chose over somebody that you actually truly love, but you didn't go for that person because it went against your family's thought, beliefs, tradition, and stuff like that. So you decided to let go of your true love and then go to a person that your family kind of put you in front of, or kind of say, yeah, this person is better because they have money and blah, 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 or they're more, whatever it is. Right now, you're living in a situation where your person that you're living with you're living hell right now. You're fucking going out of your mind because this person is a psycho, right? I'm getting a lot of that energy. So I'm going to be talking about that, how to help you heal, and also how to help you if you're trying to get away from this, because you do have to heal from toxic relationships. You have to heal from toxic family, from toxic friends. Yes, it doesn't mean that you walk away, you cut the cord and stuff like that, that it's just gonna be nice and dandy, right? We all go through these karmic lessons to learn how to stand up for ourselves, speak up for ourselves, let go of codependency, find ourselves, be your true selves, work on things that, and not stay stagnant, right? Like some people, they get annoyed because they get lazy and they just get comfortable, and then they stay in the situations because they think they have no way out, right? So this reading is for that, to help these masculine, and also because they've been through some traumatic experiences as a child, but also now during these situations where they're realizing that their families, their friends, and the person that they're with has plotted against them, has actually, they've been so jealous and hateful towards this person's success, because they see this person, this male, as someone who can be amazing, someone who can be an emperor, okay, right, in the tarot card, someone who can be the the king of cups, right? Someone who's very intuitive, very sensitive, very emotionally intelligent, okay? But this is due to the fact that you've been through so much trauma, so much fucked up shit has happened to this divine masculine, that they're demasculinated, but they don't know how to, they're stuck, right? They're in the situation where they're stuck. They also could be being blackmailed. I'm hearing space goat or space goat. I guess you're being blamed for something that you didn't do, and then you're taking the heat of it, even though you didn't do it. You're trying to cover for somebody else. I'm hearing also that it could be, you're in a situation where you're also dealing with the fact that this karmic person, this fucked up person, has, you realize that they have done really fucked up shit to you, that they have done work magic, spell magic, dark magic, like really intense stuff. And also, you could have gotten this person pregnant, or this person could tell you that they're pregnant and then that child was not yours. You recently realized, I'm picking up, oh, this is different energy. So you take what resonates, but I'm picking that energy where you just realize that this child is not yours. Okay. You realize that this person also, there's other mans where the women they thought that they marry or that they're with was faithful to them, but it turns out that this person has a sex addiction, also could be a sex worker. But also the another one is that this person also make you do threesomes. You actually, some of you became bisexual because this karma was so toxic that you were trying to please them all the time. Also, you could have a child with this person, and this fucking crazy psycho is a horrible mother, and you're trying to stay afloat for this child, but then you also realize that this child is not yours, so you're not sure how to go with this. So you kind of feel responsible for this child. There's a lot of energies that I'm going to talk about this reading, but which is why I'm saying this is 18 and plus, and this is a shadow work healing trauma for divine masculines. Okay, I'm going to focus on that in that reading. Now, what I was talking about critical race theory. So I believe, and forget, get me if I'm wrong, it's just, I think it's necessary to develop critical thinking skills to understand how race is a crucial part of our collective shared history. Okay? And that not necessarily has to be involved with whatever the system is or whatever. No, it has to be something that we must do individually and collectively, and combine resources to help the generation of now, who definitely needs better education and healing, but also in the next, for the next generation. So for the next generations to come, right? And I believe that the collective shared history, it's not something that is like a theory or like a thesis, or like, how scientific say like, oh, it's just a thesis, a theory, or a hypothesis, right? No, this is actually facts, because we live in a world that is multidimensional, multicultural, lots of diversity, lots of different thoughts, different perspectives, different cultures. But at the same time, some of these have a similarity to it, right? They have something that combines them, that unites them together. And the fact that because we're being in a society, raised and programmed and conditioned, that we are separated from that, from connecting to that, that reality, that we are one, we are spiritually connected in every possible way. But this system and this program and this, all this bullshit distraction and stuff, it's just adding into the illusion that we are separate, just like they're doing with nature. They are separated, they're making us, they have for many years, many centuries, make us believe that we're separated from nature. But at the end of the day, it's not. We are part of nature. There's nothing that keep us separated from it. It's ourselves. We do that to, our own selves. That too, we tend to betray our own happiness, our own thing, because sometimes we think we're not good enough. Sometimes we think, oh no, what are people going to think about me? Like most of these, a lot of males right now, due to, could be for, because of financial situation, because of limited belief, because of family ties, toxic ties, because of so many reasons, many things, we think that, I'm not good enough for that. I don't deserve that. And then that too, we start creating scenarios, and then we start going into the really low vibration path, and then we start blaming others. We start being hateful to ourselves, but then and then we hateful to others, because at the end of the day, those people who judge, gossip, and talk about other people, send astral projection to other people, these are people who are rotten inside. Okay, they need healing. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. If you're being feeling this type of envy, jealousy, all these things towards another person that you probably don't even know, or maybe you do know them, but you just like, I'm picking that a lot these couple of weeks. That's why I've been retrieving back, like healing and stuff like that. And that too, healing cannot be rushed. Okay, so this is another thing where I'm now starting to understand about decolonization and how decolonization and spirituality can help with the process of decolonizing. Okay, because healing cannot be rushed. And then when you try to rush things, things tend to go not in the good way. Okay, you tend to kind of deviate from your own life purpose, your life path. Okay, and this is where a lot of this is where you can become vulnerable to, astral projections, spiritual attacks, karma, like really intense karma. Because that's another thing. Those who think that, oh no, but my life purpose, oh, it's not impossible, and dreams and stuff like that. Like we all get synchronicities, we all get dreams, we all get signs, everything. But every time we choose a different path and not the path that, the most high, the most divine, are the divines, their spirit are trying to tell us to go for, this is where things get rocky and get really messy. Okay. So I'm just putting it out there. There's another video that I posted recently about, it was for the full moon in Taurus. I talk about the good karma and bad karma. So if you're interested on listening to that, I talk more about that, because it does matter, our actions and the actions that we choose and what we choose to do and not to do. Okay. So yes, that's what I wanted to say about that. Okay. I wrote down so many things that I wanted to talk about. Okay. The first thing is that when you're going through the decolonization process, okay, and it's mixed, and it happens where, especially when you are going through your spiritual awakening, okay, and with that too, we're always evolving, we're always growing, we're always changing. Every day is different, especially for those who are, in that awakened space. They're kind of connecting with divine, they're kind of creating their own space, are focusing on themselves, they're not codepending on other people. Like these people are in that empress energy, empress, emperor. Okay. So when you're in that process, okay, I wanted to kind of put it out there, guys, that that dream, that thing that calls to you, it's there for a reason. Okay. And the reason is that you must believe in yourself. Okay. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your ideas. Okay. Because not only that is that, you're always going to have people who are not going to be okay with your ideas, even if you try to convince them in any other way. Okay. Especially, let's say, not just idea, it could be like a relationship, it could be something that you maybe move out of a country or something like that. Like there's something that is calling to you, but you have people that are kind of like stopping you from doing it, right? They're kind of like telling you like, no, that might not work. Oh, that person is this, or that person doesn't, like, you can see that your way of happiness does not go accordingly or doesn't align with these people anymore. But for some reason, somehow you feel that you have to stay stuck with these people. Okay. Whether there's family, friends, ex person that you're with right now, that you're trying to, you're not longer aligning. Also, there's a lot of that. Okay. So a lot of people might be intimidated by your ideas too. They might be jealous and envious. So that's something you have to keep in mind, whether you're religious or not. Okay. I want to put this out there that that updated belief, that's what I wanted to talk about, the colonization and the Hierophant, is that when it's in reverse, it really means, and that's whenever I see it, I know that this person is working on internal shadow work and internal, especially limiting tradition, conditioned beliefs and family, and breaking generational curses. Okay. So when you feel the resistance to change, especially to family fucking fucked up toxic shit, okay, this is a good thing. This is not something that you need to like run away or be afraid of. No, this is for you to push yourself to move forward, whether these fucking people like it or not, to choose yourself, to believe in yourself. Eventually they will get it, okay? They will get the program. If not, they don't get it. That's not on you. At the end of the day, you're here for a purpose, for a life purpose. You're not meant to be tied to these people like this in a sense where they control everything for you. This is might not resonate with everybody, but if you have some family, friends, or karmic people, job, or anything controlling you from achieving what you want to do, I really suggest that, you know, seek from within and find that extra strength and courage to get out of that, okay? Because that those people are meant to be, unfortunately, this is how God humbles us, okay? God will put you situations and things where good things are going to happen and then bad things are going to happen at the same time, okay? But you tend to see that there's more bad things happening to you since you decided to not follow your path and go and be the people pleaser for these people, right? It could be that these people are dependent of you financially, right? So you're kind of like, are you like, you don't see it, you don't see that these people need you to be in this situation stuck so that they can get money from you, so that they can get more from you. And also another thing that I'm picking up is also these people do not give a fuck about you. Somebody who's trying to control, manipulate you, and gaslight you into staying in their realm, in their environment, the traditions, and whatever, and they're kind of using you for money. They don't care about you. They care about your money. They don't give a fuck. Okay. So I'm sorry to say, I know I wanted to say it in a nicer kind of way, but I don't know how to explain because I've been in situations like that. And I'm telling you right now, it's not healthy. It's a karmic cycle. Is for you to stand up for yourself. Don't take it personal. Send healing and love to those people. Don't do vengeance. Don't do hateful things. You know who they are, and that's it. You leave it there. Accept and move forward. Don't stay in a stagnant situation where actually can get you more sick, more depressed, more in anxiety, and also you can get into a suicidal, miserable thoughts, right? And that's very, very dangerous to be at. And you don't deserve that. You deserve happiness, you deserve abundance, you deserve love, you deserve to be happy for yourself. Okay. So this is why decolonization is also important for certain individuals who believe that they have to remain in certain situations, certain beliefs, certain things that they think is the right way, but now, oh, it's normal. But what the fuck is normal anyway? Nothing is ever normal anymore. That doesn't exist. It never has, actually. Living in an equality, oppressive, and capitalism, this fucked up shit that we're living on, nothing is ever normal. Okay? So being outside of the box, doing things outside of the box, that is what you're meant to be doing. You're not meant to be stuck and stagnant and be this codependent and pleasing these people who don't really have the best interests in mind for you. Okay. Another thing is that they actually are happy that you're miserable. Yeah. Let that sink in. This is narcissistic abusers. They are happy to see you miserable. They are happy to see you in a karmic, and maybe you're in a relationship and tell these people what's going on, and they're like, oh, but they say no, but because you have to keep married, you have to keep with this person, you understand? Like, no, they're not doing it as best intentions for you. It's just that they love to see you sad, miserable, unhappy. Even if you're helping them, even if you're there 24/7 with these people, they don't care. Do you want to know why? Because their goal, their job as karmics is to create this pattern. So in a way, be thankful for these people because they're showing you who they truly are and who you do not want to be anymore. Okay? That's really it. That's what the karmic and the colonization, that's really it. You learn from these people, but you learn to stand up for yourself, walk away. I don't know, learn self-defense. For some people, these people might be abusive physically and every possible way. You get out. You get out. I'm telling you, as a person who survived very, very fucked up things and became an empress, but empress is, you need to nurture and maintain that and create fucking strong ass boundaries. I'm telling you right now, it's a possibility to get out, but you have to have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your ideas. You have to believe that you have better things for yourself, that abundance and prosperity and all these good things it's coming your way, especially if you have a good heart, that you haven't been tainted by these people, that you're still a good person, that you also feel that even though they betray you, there's something that have done in the past has really affected you, you still have this kind, compassionate heart. You're still generous. So please don't change your heart because of fucking fucked up people, okay? Don't do that to yourself. Don't try to change or try to send hateful things to other people thinking that, no, my family is good, everybody is good. You're trying to not see what the divine spirit in the universe trying to show you, that these people do not have the best interest for you, okay? Again, this might not resonate with everybody, so you take it as you go and then you leave it there, okay? But that's what I wanted to say. Now, in order for these dreams to come into fruition, okay, we need this kind of mindset of precision and focus. Okay, so this is what I wrote, that dreams and ideas, they need that precision and focus, okay, and that faith and the structure and the discipline. So that's why you have to be thankful to these people who challenge you, who don't believe in you, who are always trying to damp your dreams and stuff like that. You have to be thankful because they're showing you what needs to be done on your end, what needs to why you need to let go of, and why you need to do your discernment and stuff like that. Okay, because honestly, I'm just putting it out there, your dreams are waiting to come true through you. Okay, and those people, toxic or whatever, they're not good for you. That's what they're there for, to stop you from getting into that dream, from stop you from believing in yourself, to keep you in that space where they want you to be. So I hope this helped you and you understand. Please don't be in that space. If people are not treating you right, they don't deserve you. Okay, if they're not having the best interest for you, being happy for you when you accomplish something really awesome, you kind of secretly see them like, oh, they're happy for you, but then you just feel it in your gut that they're not, that they're just sending fucking hate and stuff like that. Believe in your gut. That's your intuition telling you that person, it's not really happy for you, and you know it. Remember, intuition is actually better than experience. So working on your intuition, this is where also I've realized that going through the decolonization and learning about spirituality has helped me nurture intuition. Okay, it helps nurture intuition, which also helps us. Intuition helps us also to better educate ourselves, to better treat people better, to also heal and help heal Gaia, our planet. Like there's a lot of things that we can benefit from decolonizing our minds, focus on our spirituality, focuses on ourselves, and also being there for others and Gaia at the same time. So our intuition is definitely something to always keep nurturing, no matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody, religion, society, whatever, it doesn't matter. Intuition is key. And this is where also I find that intuition is so linked to nature. It connects us so much, and connects us so much better also to the high above, to God, to the universe, the angels, and all these things come in intuition. And indigenous communities and Africans cultures, they already knew this this knowledge. They have it, we all have it in the DNA. Okay, so that's something that I'm putting it out there, that nurturing your intuition can also help you be more in tune with nature, and also help heal yourself, especially if you're going through difficult situations. Also healing, letting go of toxic things, addictions, things that no longer serve you. So but also definitely is something that the colonization must be a priority for schools and education, especially for anti-Black education, which is everywhere, right? It's anti-Black everywhere. All the education is a lie. Everything is just not, everything needs to be decolonized, honestly. So.
All right. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And have fun with it. Let's do this.
All right, so let's also talk about this toxic holiday thing, okay? I just want to put out there that you should really educate yourself about this Thanksgiving thing, okay? I'm not here to judge or criticize anybody, but if you're somebody who celebrates this holiday, I just want to let you know that this channel, this podcast, all my contents are not for you. I don't believe in genocide. I don't believe in any of that fucked up shit that has done in the past. As somebody who is a mixed race, I am from the Tainos descendant, from the Dominican Republic. Also, Haitian, half Haitian, and also Spanish. So I'm a mix of all the people who were colonized and the colonizers. Okay, so tapping and healing that aspect also of myself. That's part of my shadow work of breaking generational curses and breaking generational traumas and things like this. So that's why I'm not in this fast-paced energy. And as divinely spirit, as an earth angel, I've been guided that I'm not supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be rushing this healing. I'm not supposed to be, doing what everybody is doing. Now, if you're in that type of energy that you're not want to educate yourself, that you don't want to understand and do the shadow work because you're just comfortable in your own ignorance, then this is not for you. Okay, I would suggest that you won't follow us, that you don't follow us at all, and then you sending you love and healing, because I don't believe, no matter how well you phrase it, how cute it is, how other people phrase this holiday, it's not a holiday. It's a fucking disgusting reminder of how fucked up these systems are. How this government, how all these things are all a bunch of lies and bullshitting, because by now we should be shifting already. Our system should be shifting to circular, to sustainability, to giving land back to indigenous people so we can start restoration and recovering, so we can actually start working on healing, because we do have to heal ourselves before we start healing everything else, right? Also, there's a buildup of equity, which is something that it should have been done already. Tax the rich, make sure that these people are paying their dues. And also, there's a lot of corruption and a lot of things that we're not, and honestly, if I say everything that I've been tapping into on my meditation during the time where I literally be in my hermit mode and go into the shadow aspect of the unconscious mind and heal that unconscious aspect to make it more conscious, you will be traumatized. Like, there's different unconscious levels of colonization. Okay, it is fucked up. It's like, again, I'm repeating, intuition is much better than experience. Like, you don't necessarily need to experience what indigenous people went through to actually tap into that unconscious. But also reading books that are written by BIPOC community, by indigenous people, not white people, because white people will try to cover it up, make it kind of cute and Disneyland kind of world. Like, Disney fucking mentality and cartoon has fucked everyone's, perception of what really oppression and injustice has been, but we kind of put it into this fantasy illusion thing. And yeah, anyways, all I'm saying is that if you're a parent and your children are watching Disney, make sure that you are explaining to children the real behind the scenes, and also make sure that some of these cartoons also as well. I've noticed that some cartoons make my daughters kind of like angry and not in like not something that just randomly happens, like they become angry or aggressive kind of thing, which is something really randomly. And I've noticed that it is the same specific cartoon that they're watching. So now they stop watching it because I took it off. I'm just letting you know there's a lot of subliminal messages and things that happen in the cartoon world that we also need to do some discernment and be aware of. Okay. That's something that also needs to be decolonized. This is why the colonization of the mind is so important. And then combined with spirituality can help everyone see the BS. Everyone see through all these disgusting demonic illusions that are not serving nobody anymore. But we're just continue normalizing it. But I'm so glad that also a lot of people are becoming, awakened about this, are more aware of this pattern and these things that are no longer serving them, right? Especially now when we're seeing, literally, we have on social media RCMP attacking Indigenous women right now as we are celebrating Thanksgiving, which is a fucking joke. It's a joke. Canada is known for, honestly, like this is another thing, is like USA is known for is racism, white supremacy, but all of them are like this. Canada, Russia, New Zealand, Australia, they all have this fucked up mentality from Europe, right? England, London, like all these people have this superiority, this egocentric, materialistic personality kind of thing. And then they put it out there. And then usually these are people who have money, who come with income, right? And also they're so used to people doing things for them. So they become lazy. They don't want to do nothing. They want everyone to do their shit for them, right? So that's what I'm saying, that a lot of individuals are not, they don't want to take accountability and responsibility for that because they don't want people to know their dirty little secret is that, they have other people doing shit for them. Right. And also they focus only on materialistic and money things. So that's also, and then they expect that from other people. They think that everyone should be the same as them, even though it's actually, kind of impossible to have that expectations because most people do not grow up just like you, right? So I'm speaking to people who have that kind of mentality, especially if you're in the white race. You need to understand that, you benefit a lot from oppression and injustice, and you need to work on this and not rush this process because you also have to heal that aspect that your ancestors were fucked up, and that's not easy to deal with, right? That's not easy to like, okay, fuck, like my ancestors are part of like, the Hierophant on upright, right? Like you've been living this mentality, this limited belief all your life, and also you've realizing that have come from your ancestors, that your money that you have now might be super fucking dirty, right? That it might be from some fucked up shit that your family has done in the past to BIPOCs, to people, indigenous people, to and that's something that it's not easy to just deal, right? Or just to like accept. You have to heal that. You have to not, because the fact that you are aware and then you're like, you know what? I don't think I want to be doing this anymore. I don't want to follow family tradition. I don't, even if it affects your finances or anything, like you're in that point right now that you just feel wrong. You feel that something is not right. And how can I make it right? Not only for myself, but my future generation, for the people that, how can I break this cycle? This is what it is. The colonization is breaking generational curses, just anything that doesn't belong, that doesn't go where we're trying to evolve. That's really it. And now that is where light workers and a lot of people are coming out to kind of help you in this process, because we already are in that process. We're already walking in that path, and we're taking, those who accept, because it's a free will, right? It's a choice. Those who want to heal, those who want to do the work, those who want to be better, create generational wealth, because that's what we're going for. We're not here being greedy and fucking fucked up and selfish. No, we're working on generational wealth for everybody. Equity. Circular economy is generational wealth. Sustainability is generational wealth. This is why decolonization and spirituality needs to be combined. But this is actually a mental work. This is why shadow work and internal work is so important. because that will help you create this inner strength, this really heightened intuition. Okay. You will overcome anyone and anybody who comes with BS, who sends your spiritual attack, who try to damp your ideas, who try to, you will become that king or queen of swords. Like you will slash everybody who doesn't serve you, doesn't go with you. And also you become more intuitive. You stand up for yourself, and then that too, once you feel that your cup is full by you doing what you need to be doing, by you working on the things that you want to do, whether that is, finance, medicine, healer, someone who works with media, but also trying to disrupt that media mentality bullshit. Good for you. That's good. Keep doing that because we need a lot of that. Like the media right now is just fucking retarded and disgusting. Sorry about the retarded. That's not a nice word. It's just disgusting. Like it's just so many lies that you're so tired of it. Like that's why I cut off the news. I cut off watching the news. I cut off everything that is related to this fucking 3D fucking bullshit kakalaka fake shit. I'm focusing now on community, on connecting, on going within, inwards, and healing my subconscious mind. Because as we heal, do the shadow work and inner work, it actually is not only beneficial for you, but for your future families, for your your children, Sorry, I'm gonna have some tea. That too, cutting off a lot of addictions. I don't drink anymore. I smoking maybe once a couple weeks, a couple days, like something like that, like just to relax and stuff like I don't indulge in things. I don't indulge in negativity as well. I cut off all that negative gossip talking and all these, putting people down. Like we don't have time for that. That's another thing. Like this is why a lot of people don't understand that once you focus on yourself, you focus on your growth, you focus on, building that stability for you, for yourself, for your family, for like you focus on yourself, whether that is creatively, whether that is in a career path, whether that is a different aspect, whether it's holistic practices, whether it's like, focus on completely on your spirituality. Be that something that I'm kind of aiming into education and putting that out there. But that too, I'm focusing on using creativity to heal through adversity. So recently it took me like a day, but I was super excited, and I'm gonna talk about that in Angie blog. But I was super, like, I was ready. I planned all these things. And also taught me that, you have to be flexible and be able to change to different situations, especially when things are happening in a fast pace. So I have all these plans that okay, I'm going to talk about this and then, and that. And then, after meditation with divine spirits and my angels and ancestors, like, no, we have other plans for you. And the other plans was actually to get off social media, anything external, and then focus on creativity, focus on what can make me feel much better. How can it make me feel more confident by, healing this aspect, working on this, writing, what type of writing, and then I end up actually took a course on tarot card reading, 2-hour course online. And it was so amazing. I was so excited, so happy that I end up creating, designing, and painting my own tarot cards. Yay! So that too, that's something that I'm going to put out there, that very soon I'm going to be publishing alongside my ebooks and my e-courses that I'm working on that are going to be released soon. I'm going to have tarot card readings designed by me. So you see, and I'm not saying that everyone should be doing this. What I'm just saying is that sometimes contemplation, or let me rephrase that. Sometimes what we think it could be, procrastination, or it could be, for the view for another person, because maybe for you it's not procrastinating. But the thing is, other people view your progress or your work or whatever they're focusing on, because they can't focus on their own self, so they need to be focused on you. So you probably are getting projections from other people, right? So this is something that I want you to put out there, to be careful on social media, how certain people's their messages or what they're posting or stuff like that. Sometimes you think that could be targeted to you specifically, but they're not really necessarily thinking about you. They not necessarily are. But the thing is that when your intuition really tells you that somebody is watching you kind of thing, but they're silent about it, and then they start posting things that kind of trigger you, it's something that they know that they have to work on, that not necessarily has to deal with you. Now, if you internalize what they're going through and what they're projecting to you, then that's not on them, right? That's on you. That's you that you need to work on. Okay. So yeah, I'm just wanna to put that out there. Okay, wait, where was I? I lost my train of thoughts. Okay, where was I? Okay, so yeah, so don't let people affect you in any way, okay? Just don't take things personal. Focus on yourself, focus on things that you want to work for you, okay? Now, yes, that's what I was going for. Oh my god. So yeah, so when you're feeling this kind of like procrastination or something like, for others might be procrastination, but it could be something that you're contemplating, okay, or something that you're healing that not necessarily need the validation or the approval of anybody other than yourself, right? So this is where it comes that internal kind of working on your mind, on creating positive thoughts even through the negative, and not necessarily block or numb or ignore the negative, okay, because sometimes the negative actually can help you understand like things that trigger you, things that the negative thoughts, things like that. But realizing when you are in that spiral, right, when you're in that negative spiral, that how can you find a way to shift that mindset? And that's what the work is. That's where the shadow side, the inner work works. And this is where spirituality helps a lot with that kind of shifting of that mindset, right? To get out of that stagnant negative thoughts and then start projecting and being hateful, like all the low vibration that you can think of. This is why spirituality is important, to get you out of it. Why? Because the system benefits when you're in that low vibe. People who are disgusting, hateful, and shitty as fuck, they watch you do stuff that you know that you shouldn't be doing, but you do it anyway to compensate, to go along with these people because you need some kind of validation and to feel accepted by society. So you end up doing this stuff and you feel like shit afterward, right? You operate through emotions instead of actually thinking before you do things, right? So this is another thing where spirituality is kind of like the the healing medicine for not only Gaia but our minds and our liberation from this shit. So that's why they're threatened by it. They don't want, and they put it out. They're like, oh, tarot card readers and all these people are doing demon things and demonic things. Okay, let me tell you a little something. Let me get into that. First of all, and then I'm going back into the Hierophant, and this is part of what I was getting onto the contemplation. But let's get back into the Hierophant, okay? The Hierophant is a very traditional, like stuck in the old beliefs, okay? And right now, what I'm getting at, whenever I was doing the shuffling of the cards, it's always coming in reverse, and I'm like, okay, so this is good. Like a lot of people right now are in that process of not being stuck in these old beliefs, right? They are seeing through the BS. They're no more longer looking at, like, they're looking at the non-traditional. They're decolonizing, right? They're looking into what is spirituality? Why is it this system and these people who are so traditional and Catholic, really, really Catholic people, like, really, really Orthodox religion people, okay? I'm talking about that. I don't care. They're probably going to go against me and go after me, but I don't give a shit. You fucking deal with your old toxic colonial thing and let other people liberate themselves from your mental slavery. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, what I'm trying to say is that everyone has a light and dark aspect of themselves. Okay. And the reason why the Hierophant is on the upright is because most people are being taught and programmed and conditioned to think that the dark aspect of themselves, there needs to be a null, there needs to be cover up, there needs to be silence, that it needs to be some kind of, it needs to be taking off the radar so that they can feel themselves better, right? I mean, look at what they did to Jesus. Like, this guy was only teaching people how to liberate their minds, how to help themselves, how to, let go of the consumerism. And he was, hanging out with people with like prostitutes and all these people like these. And he was there saving people, forgiving, right? Forgiveness is a huge issue for the system. Being compassionate and empathetic is a huge threat to the system. This is why they literally crucified Jesus, because he was the master ascendant of these aspects. Let that sink in. That's it. It was the Hierophant people who weren't able to change, will not see better for themselves. They were jealous of people healing and working on themselves, not focusing on their shit. And that's what happened. Some people decided to reverse a Hierophant, right? And wrote the Bible, whatever, did all the stuff, work on teaching other spiritual stuff, doing it under the radar. Witches came out, and now we have in this generation where all those people it didn't happen for you, colonizers. That's it. All these people that you try to massacre, all these people that you try to eliminate so you can hide your fucked up shit that you've done in the past, all of it's coming out to surface, right? We started with the children. The Catholic churches did to these indigenous children. They raped them, they cut their hair, they did all this fucked up shit. Thousands and thousands of children. Another thing, the system is threatened by children. And this is why. Children are already born with the Hierophant on reverse. They are not programmed or conditioned. These are things that children, what we are today, it was literally raised and programmed by fucked up shit. Can't blame those people. We can't blame our parents that they didn't have the tools and the right education for that. I mean, it was literally orchestrated that way. So they raised us with this fucked up colonial mindset that we are now healing from. The decolonization didn't start it that long. I mean, indigenous people have been talking about this for decades. And so is Black African community and culture, trying to show us that even through persecution, even through oppression and injustice, they are still kind people. They're still empathetic. They still want to help us. And that, honestly, I find that's God's work. That's how God is trying to help us through all this BS, because this is hell, whether you like it or not. This is living hell. All this low vibe oppression thing lives in this dimension, in this 3D reality matrix. And that's what we keep saying, get out of the matrix. I'm not talking about an actual physical place. I'm talking because we are here. You can't go anywhere. You're going to get out of the planet and live somewhere else? No, you're here and you're connected to everything and everyone. So when we say get out of the matrix, it's actually talking about in your mind. Your mind is so powerful. You don't even know, but your oppressors know. Your colonizers know. Oh, hell yeah, they know. And they need you to stay in that mental stagnation and that low vibration so they can continue taking advantage of you, so they can continue benefiting from you, so they can keep profiting, not only from you, but also you not knowing how to treat our planet better too, how to stand up for our planet and our resources too. It's all a mind fucking game. And you need to be mentally strong so that you can beat those motherfuckers in their own game. That's it. That's what the colonization and spirituality is. And hopefully this help you understand better and educate yourself and work on this. Now, what I'm talking about is that those who have an issue with tarot card readers, psychic readers, and people who are very highly intuitive, who are in the high priestess energy. Okay. Now, there's people that choose, we have the light workers and we have light witches, we have light and dark. It's always both. There's a yin and yang, okay? The reason why these people who are in the low vibe and karmic, demonic entity life, Hierophant and upright, okay? They think is because they're in that dark energy. They're in that really disgusting energy. So they get intimidated and threatened by those who choose the light. So don't get it confused. Those who you're seeing doing tarot cards and trying to uplift the mind, uplift the people, guide them into the right path, show them the way, because that's really it. We tarot psychic readers are literally are into, and that takes work, by the way. That's not something that it just happened for us. Okay, we work on this every single day in our minds. Okay, we are nurturing our intuition, we are working on our negative things, we're healing aspects of ourselves so we don't bring that into our reading, so we don't astral project our shit into other people's situation, into other people's who are dealing with their own karmic and fucked up shit at the same time. We don't want to do that. Why? Because we did our karmic lessons. We work on our karma. We work on those things and we're still working on them. But at the same time, we have decided to take responsibility and accountability for our actions and decided, no, you know what? I'm not going to project that into that person. If I have hateful things, if I am jealous or envious of what these people or what they're doing, I shouldn't be trying to heal or try to, you know what I'm saying? So that's another thing I'm putting it out, that there is some light tarot card readers that you also is to teach you discernment, okay? Because sometimes they could have toxic traits that it can come up in their readings and it can affect your path, okay? So be careful of that. But there's a lot of people who choose the light, even through the darkness, even if they have their own darkness. We all have it. But we decided, you know what? We're going to alchemize this. We're not going to stay in this energy, right? Now, yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. Because people are scared in walking and stepping into the unknown, right? Everyone is afraid of that. So most of the people who choose the light, who are working with, healers and empath light workers and people, their life hasn't been easy, okay? They just chose to overcome that, not stay there and move forward, even through betrayal, through lies, through fucked up things happening to us, even through homelessness. I know you guys heard in my other podcast episodes that I told you, it was homelessness, right? There was a lot of and that's God. God will create things even through this, and I don't take my experiences that bad as I don't condemn that, because that made me who I am today. I don't condemn the people who did horrible thing, betray me, and who's still being fucked up and doing betrayal and fucked up shit still to this day. I send them healing and love. And that's why whatever they send my way, it goes back to them 10 times worse. I'm seeing it. As a psychic reader, I see that's why I don't stay in that energy like, oh yeah, that's what you get. You see, or the, I told you so kind of thing. No, I don't do that. Don't do that. Because everything has karma. Even you wishing, like seeing that they are getting their karma, that's also creates bad karma for you. Right? Because you're kind of like expecting it that they will get their thing as, or that they suffer what you suffer, right? So you create that. So no, remain sovereign. Equanimity, it's something that it must be nurtured and worked on every single day. And that's how you work on it, by learning through karmic people, karmic lessons, situations, and things like this. Okay. Send them love, send them healing, send them that they can get through their karma. That too. There's a lot of people who don't survive their karma. Okay. Because they know that they have done so many fucked up shit that they don't survive. They stay strapped in their mental slavery. They become, just really bad. Okay. So don't wish ill on anybody, even if that person is sending you death threats, and it doesn't matter. Don't entertain that low vibration. That's what I'm trying to say. Stay in your high vibe, even through the people who fucked you over. Okay. I'm talking from a Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, it's someone who's been through a lot of fucked up shit. Okay. But they still there. Queen of Wands and King of Wands. They're still there. They're still overcoming things. They're moving forward. They're not, letting people take advantage of them, right? They're working on their seeds, even through people who are manipulating and against them and against their ideas. They're still going at it. They're still gonna fight for it. Okay, so that's what I'm telling you, and I hope this is message get deep into your heart. You need to understand there are people who want your downfall. And yes, this could be your family. This could be someone you love. This could be the person you're fucking sleeping with. Yeah. Okay. So having a very good intuition can benefit you from so many different things, and also decolonization, so that you can not only deal with the situation of the system, but also find ways where you can break the cycle, where you can, in your own organization, in your own workplace, in your own home, in the school system, suggest things that needs to be changed. Okay. This is why. This is how each of us can contribute to the liberation of our minds and the liberation of oppression and all these things, so that we together can create this circular system of healthier, conscious actions. Okay. Now, as I was saying, because people are scared and walking in and stepping into the unknown, right? They don't even, and then that's too, they don't even care to learn because they are comfortable being in this, illiterate lifestyle, like not knowledgeable about their own spirit and divinity. Okay. So that's why they're threatened by people who are not afraid of the unknown, who are not afraid to go through the deep. They're not afraid of their shadow work. They're not afraid of, saying sorry to someone when they're made a mistake, when they're not, they're stepping in their light every single day. They're not entertaining negative things. They're not entertaining any of that stuff. They're cutting that shit off. And that bothers a lot of people. Why? Because they are comfortable in their pain. They're comfortable being miserable. They're comfortable with the fact that you follow your dreams, that you have ideas, that you are going to continue doing your stuff. And they have decided to not do that. They have decided to stay in their complicit thing, be in the victim, be codependent on, I don't know, addiction or shit, or be codependent of materialistic and things, like make that too. Codependency can be of a lot of things, not necessarily, it could be a person, it could be a job, it could be a lot of things. Okay. And that's what we've been programmed and conditioned to believe, that we need to be codependent. That too, like the concept. That's why I refuse the marriage mentality thing, because they distorted that. This system distorted the concept of what marriage is. They distorted the sex. They distorted femininity, like how a divine feminine should be. Like this is what pornography ruined that shit for a lot of us. Like sexuality is ruined. Like if you're watching porn all your time, I'm telling you right now, that shit is gonna mark you for life. That shit was created for you to be codependent of, having different sexual partners, like thinking that, it's just to leech your energy. And also distorts our mentality of how a truthful and a good, healthy relationship should be, a sexual relationship should be. I'm just putting it out there. That shit, just like alcohol, just like any intense drugs, I don't know, man. That shit was created for you guys to not follow your dreams, not work on your spirituality, not decolonize, like all the shit that you can think of that these people want you to stay there. That's exactly it. And it's free, right? Anything that is free comes with a higher price. I'm just putting it out there. Now, in the terms of the Hierophant in reverse, and talking about people being tarot readers and psychic readers, and people not understanding this because they're still stuck in the old mentality, which it has shifted long time. It shifted like, I don't know, a couple months ago. It has shifted. And I'm glad if you're that person that you've seen to the shift and you're working on aligning yourself with your divine purpose, aligning, because that too, divine, when you focus on your divine purpose, it protects you from spiritual attacks. It protects you from dark energy, dark spells, anybody projecting any fucked up shit to you. If you focus on your divine purpose, it automatically breaks off. Whatever this person, whoever sends you anything bad, it breaks off because you're, especially if they're, let's say they're sending you negative energy or anything like that, or doing spell work and dark magic onto your finances, into your sexuality, could be also as well, I'm hearing. It could be also for, so that you don't get to have a family. It could be someone who doesn't want you to be happy, or someone that wants to prevent you from meeting your your divine partner, your masculine, your feminine. There's a lot of fucked up shit that, because because you believe in the traditional sense and then you don't believe in this stuff, these people know that you don't believe in it, so they benefit from it. Let me repeat that. The people that you're with, okay, it could be anybody. It could be a family, relationship, friend, whatever. It could be your own kid. Doesn't matter. The fact that they know that you're traditional, that you don't believe in the stuff, tarot cards and intuition and spirituality, is exactly the exact same reason, which I'm 100% sure is why they do fucked up shit to you behind your back and you don't know about it. Yeah. So everyone, even if you think that, oh no, but that doesn't go with my religion, I am telling you right now, for your own energetically protection, you need to look into this. You need to see, how does it work, and how do people do this, and how does it manifest in your life, so that you can realize right away when it is happening to you, so you can walk away, so you can cut the cord, and you can stay away from these people sending you this shit, right? And create protection ways to protect your energy, your home, your space. Has nothing to do with religion. This is called spiritual, for your spirit, because whether you're in a religion or you're not, your body right now is a huge star. Inside you have a divine soul that comes in here, uses this flesh, this body, to fulfill a life purpose on this planet. Okay? It has nothing to do with spirituality. This is why indigenous people keep talking about this, how we are connected to nature, how some of us have, this maybe panther energy, maybe tigress energy, maybe a bear energy, or some people, their earth signs, water sign, like all of this, the cosmos, the astrology, all of this matters. That's why the Catholic Church and all these colonized motherfuckers have put all of this as demonic, as evil. But look at it again. What they were doing, the colonizing and all this low vibe energy, all this fucked up shit that they have programmed into us, that is the devil. And spirituality is getting out of that devil mentality. You get it? I hope you do. Let's continue. I know this is very heavy. I hope I can digest this with you, but that's why I put it in a podcast. I'm going to go into the YouTube to explain it better, but I was literally divinely guided to put this on a podcast and to leave it out there for those who need to hear this and understand this. Eventually, I'm going to teach this also in my e-courses, so I can go more into detail, so I can explain it better. But other than that, being not educated or literate about spirituality can actually be harmful for yourself, for your mind, for a lot of things. And that's why I'm explaining this to you, so that you are able to break the shackles by yourself, stand up for yourself, decide for yourself that you're going to break these shackles. You're going to break this generational curse. You're not going to continue doing this because you know it doesn't serve you, your family, or anybody around you, or your planet. Okay. Now, what I was saying is that there are people walking around in societies every single day playing with dark people and light people. For example, people with dark souls and demons, right? The karmic. They tend to, always get what they want, right? They're always able to control and manipulate people, right? And also, that's it. People use these people in some type of way. Now we have the people who have a like heart, who have good souls, and these are divine spirits, okay? So there's people that are always trying to use these light divine people because they're so empathetic, because they're good people. Okay. So this is like a normalization all the time. Okay. Now, there's people like the reason why, it's good to know about spirituality is because you could be out there and this happens all the time. We are conditioned and programmed to normalize this. Like people lay out with demons every single night. And then they got the nerve to be scared about a tarot and oracle earth angel reader. Yeah, I wrote it down because I was just like, are you serious? Yep, you might be lying down every night in your bed with a damn demon and have the audacity to talk bad or judge people who are healers. Spirituality, it's not new. You're being stuck in an old, limited, and traditional mindset, while these people might have the devil energy and be in bed with you every single night, and you not even know it. So this is what I'm saying for the traditional and orthodox and all these people who are really in a traditional mindset. And that's why they're like afraid, like, oh no, but I'm so traditional that if I go and hang out with people who spirituality, who are intuitive, they're gonna know all my shit and your secrets. You see, that's stuff that you need to work on. If you're hiding and being secretive and deceive, is because you have shit that you got to work on and you don't want these light workers and people to see, right? So you start shedding and hating on them. You start actually sending really horrible things to them because you are afraid that they know who you really are, right? That's another thing. That's a demonic entity inside. Because the moment that you decide, I'm not going to do this toxic things, I'm aware that this negative stuff, it doesn't serve me or anybody anymore, right away. It's like you let go, the demon, whatever's inside you gets out and needs a host and needs a toxic host and needs someone who is in the low vibe energy to continue doing fucked up shit. This is another thing where a lot of billionaires who have money are in that low energy as well. Man, they might even be in their own fucking coven and shit, satanic coven, and we don't even know it because we're not tradition. Because we're in traditional. We're they would never do stuff like that. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Think again. Demons could be already manipulating and using you, and you're spending your time talking kakalaka about spirituality. So my advice is get out of the comfort zone and get uncomfortable, because yes, it is uncomfortable to learn about these truthful stuff that we have never been taught. And then they're putting in Disney Channel and they're putting in like this fantasy world that no, it will never have. That's not true. No, it is true. It's very true. Look at us. We are magic. We're made of magic. Our earth, everything that we see is magic. Stars, everything. Chemistry shows every single day that we are magic, that there's magic everywhere to see. It's just that we have to be conscious of how we use this magic, of if we're using it for good or are we using it for bad. That's the difference. Spirituality can help us understand and discern, okay? And that's what most of a lot of people don't do it, okay? And then they criticize it, they condemn it because it's hard to not be fake. When you live in a fake world, spirituality makes you not be fake. You cannot. That's another thing. Spirituality, decolonization, you can't fake the healing. You can't fake lying. You can't. It's something in your spirit that once you understand that you're conscious, you cannot do it. There's something rotten. And that too, you start seeing, like, if you even try after you've been in that conscious and awakened and aware, if you even try, like, spirit's gonna a tower moment or something's gonna happen to wake you up and get you back in line, get you back into the good side, get you back into the light. And that's why we are always balancing the yin and yang, the dark and the light. It doesn't work that way. That's why it has to be balanced, just like everything on this planet, just like everything internally and externally, it has to be balanced. Now, because most of us are not taught this, to, hold yourself accountable, take responsibility for your actions, right? Because it is hard to, focus on your own demons and keep it in balance, right? So that's why most people, because they're in that energy, miserable, hateful energy, they don't want to focus on that. They focus on other people. People who focus on other people, they're just, I don't even know, man. I don't know. Like the fact that you're not focusing on yourself, all the energy just leaks out to focus on something else when instead you can use that energy for something constructive for you, something constructive for your healing, for something that you can create, outside of thinking of that person all the time or people, situation, whatever. Like everything happens for you, not to you. Okay. And we don't have a lot of time here on this planet. Okay. And we're here for a certain amount of time. We're here for a certain amount of lessons, certain things that we gotta, and you and me have never been in this lifetime before. That's something that I've been, kind of telling myself, like, man, even though I feel like I'm very old soul because I am as an earth angel and light worker, I know that this life, I haven't had it before. I haven't been here. I have many lives. So sorry, I don't know, that got caught off. Me talking about many lives. Anyways, um, I just that each lifetime there's always a karma or something that we need to learn from. Okay, me on this lifetime, I have been a fortunate and grateful so much because during this lifetime I've learned to, instead of not taking accountability and not responsibility on my actions and all these things, I've decided to work on my karmic lessons, on healing my unconscious mind, not only because of now or my children or stuff like that or my life, but mostly because I've been thinking like, man, if I heal this aspect, then maybe on the other lifetimes or what I leave behind, it could be something that it can actually benefit, you know the world or anybody, because that's the thing. Whenever a person, anybody who's in that healing journey, who focuses on healing the unconscious mind and making it conscious, like working on their higher consciousness, they're not only healing their generational um legacy. There is just forever, and the same thing goes for those who focus on their karmic, on focusing on creating more karma, on creating more fucked up shit, doing fucked up crazy stuff. That's the legacy they're not only leaving behind for that generation, but for the next and the next. That's why spirit's all on that, on those people who are in the, like, they, for those who are focusing on divine purpose, on their, their good energy, helping, healing, spirit's on that, like, protecting you, making you see the real BS of people who are fake as fuck, who are deceiving and lying, and, have this betraying energy, because they can deal with their own demons, you know? And that too, demons are always looking for the next host. They need to have recruiters. They need to have like a community of people. Like they always need to have people who are low vibration. So don't be surprised that, if you see other people who are toxic as fuck and they get together and they match each other, don't be surprised. That's just what it is. It's just they need to have that codependency, victimized thing, and always being shitty and talking shit about people. See, my ear is ringing. Hey, that too. When Mary rings, someone's talking shit about you. Send it back. Send it love and healing. Send it back. But yes, just focus on your light. Okay. Everyone should focus on the light, even to their darkness. When you're focused on your light, you have to deal with your darkness. It's as simple as that. I know it sounds really difficult, very wow, okay. But it really is that simple. Healing is fucking hard, let me tell you. But if you're lazy and you don't want to do the work and the shadow work because you're just comfortable in your own misery, then hey, that's your choice. You know what I'm saying? Healing is a choice. Yes, it's hard, but it's the best fucking thing you'll ever do in your entire life. And not only for yourself, but for your future generation, for your future children, and for the next and the next after that. So that's why heal people heal people, because hurt people have been hurting for 500 years now, and they're still hurting people. Hurting people hurt people. Like, we're done with that shit. That's why we want to change systems. That's what we want to decolonize. That's what we want to liberate ourselves from the mental slavery of this shit, because we're done. And if you're done, good. Welcome. Welcome. Let's go through it together. I'm still in that healing process. I'm still working on it. Okay. So don't give up. believe in yourself, and still, even through the rocky waters, you know, keep going, okay? Keep fighting, because we are all fighting different stages of different battles that nobody talks about or is conditioned to be silent too, right? Which is fucking toxic as well. So toxic. Now, focus on your life, because helping others have a real authentic life and be empathetic, it's so hard, right? Especially when you have been used to, hurting others because, you can, and it feels okay, because society accepted, right? That's the thing. They're all mad because spiritual people are done with demonic fake injustice, murder, genocide of innocent people. We're done. We're done of capitalism. We're done of oppressive system. We need to get back into a power. And in spirituality, circular and equity and justice and sustainability is the way it is. It's the way to do it. And honestly, so it is. Seriously, because we must. This is the energy that we need to be going forward, and we need to be, going into letting go of the competition, the comparison, because we have to do the opposite. We have to have fun while we go through this too. This is another thing. The colonization is very difficult. Spirituality is fucking hard. All this that I'm telling you, we have to have some fun into it. Okay, you have to find something fun while you do this, because it's very difficult. It's like, when you're forced to do a homework kind of thing and you don't really want to do it, but you have to do it. Yeah, it's kind of like that. You find ways to, like, okay, I'm going to put some music here. I'm going to dance a little bit here. Okay, I'm going to do some meditation here. I'm going to do some yoga here. And each day matters, okay? So let's say it doesn't have to be like in one day you're going to do, like, I'm not talking about this work is like in one day, okay? I've been doing this for a year and so, and I'm still going, okay? What I'm saying is that each day matters when you work on these things, when you take the time to work on these things, when you take the time to work on your shadow work, when you take the time to, heal that aspect of yourself, heal your childhood wounds, But through all that aspect, you have to find the balance and the common ground to have a little fun there, because we're not here to be suffering and all these things. Like, no, yes, we are meant to be struggling and doing all these things to grow, but at the same time, hell no. There's so many things, magic, beautiful things that we can, be grateful for, be thankful that we're seeing, or that we can have, we can walk and do all these things. Like, sometimes we take things for granted, but there's so many people with disabilities that, are just so happy with what they have already, that when you come in and complain about things, they don't really understand you. And it makes sense, because there are things that you're benefiting that they're not, but they still find happiness through that. And that's something that we need to learn how to do, because sometimes we're so in that materialistic, egocentric mentality, that 3D reality, that consumerism crap that doesn't serve anybody, that capitalism fucking shit. That we're so comfortable in there that whenever someone gets out of there, we see someone that is trying to let go of that or get out of there, we resent them. We start sending hate, and we don't want them to grow or something like that. And that's fucked up. That's a jealousy that is so, like, don't be in that energy, for real. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair for the other people, and that's fair to yourself, because when you're hateful to other people, you're doing it to yourself too. There's something inside of you that is rotten, that needs to be healed. Okay? And I'm telling you, this is something that I learned because I used to do that. I'm not saying this because, I'm just going to say it because, I'm just going to tell people what to do. No, I'm telling you from experience, and also from going within for many months and years. My intuition is telling me, my angels, my divine is speaking clearly to me about this, that we tend to do this a lot, and it's not good for our mental health, man. It's not good, okay? Now, so I believe that it's good to take your time to put your energy for something else, someone else, if you're being stuck on somebody, and then through that, finding some fun, and focus on what you want. What do you want? What do you want to do with your life for the rest of your life? What do you need to do now that it can get you to that space that you want to be? Okay? I think that's what I wanted to say about that. Okay, so now, as a conscious creative as I am, and I'm sure if you're listening to this, you are too, but not necessarily you have to be, but I just want to put it out there. Like, I don't know, when I was talking about the dreams in the beginning of this, and I wanted to go back into why sometimes as a content creators, having contemplation can actually be considered as a procrastination, but it's actually not. But that is an unconscious thought that comes from the outside. Okay. So let me enlighten you a little. So in your unconscious mind, whenever you are, let's say, I don't know, you have to write a paper or something, or you have to write a book, and it has happened to me because as I was writing my book and stuff like that, I tend to have moments like, oh my God, I'm procrastinating. I'm doing this thing. Like, why am I not doing? But the thing is that when you make that procrastination conscious, you realize that consciously you've been contemplating, which necessarily does not mean it's a bad thing. Contemplation can mean connecting to your heart space. Contemplation can mean that you could be meditating, you could be praying. Contemplation can mean that you're connecting better with God, with your, what exactly is that your divine purpose here for. So contemplation could also mean that you're kind of taking a step back before you do something, or you do some actions or whatever. So in a way, contemplation could mean that you're not rushing into things, that you're letting divine timing take its place. And that not necessarily means it's a bad thing. It actually means is that you're not longer going with the grind, right? With the hustle, bustle, or whatever it is that this mentality has created. And it's then you realize also that how toxic and mentally slave you could be when you're trapped into this, like, I have to do this way, there has to be this specific way, or if not, I'm not going to be successful, I'm not going to get my wish fulfillment, or I'm not going to, like, not necessarily. Sometimes things are divine timing. Sometimes rejections or blockages or tower moments or things that happen in your life are actually divine protection. So that's something that I wanted to put out there. Like, let go of the illusion of, like, the separation of the heart. Okay. Because when you contemplate it, you are inside there. You're in that heart space that does not need external validation or other people to validate it or not. Like, it's yours. Right. And that's something that, it needs to be respected. And this is why, spirituality can help you. Spiritual practices can help you understand contemplation in a more conscious way, especially if you're a creative or someone who, I don't know, is starting a new idea, or graduated recently from school and stuff like that. Especially those who graduated recently. Like, I know that you're also seeing how, the system doesn't really benefit you, right? You're seeing it kind of late in a way, just like us, but you're still not giving up, right? You're still seeing, like, okay, no, I need to work on being in this society, but also do my own thing. And how can I achieve that? How can I get that? Because there's many possibilities in way. Yes, it will take extra freaking amount of work, especially during these times, but you're willing to work on that. You're willing to work on your higher self, connect with everyone, realize that you are one, just like everyone, and then also that we can be in this higher dimensional space and experience that, right? That our intuition is much better than experience. So yes, you might have experience with the school, experience with job and stuff like that, but then you realize that those experiences were kind of like bogus, kind of fake, kind of like didn't really serve you in the end. So now you're realizing that, having that experience, yes, not, condemning it or anything, or trying to repress it or whatever, trying to forget it, the forgive and forget kind of thing. You kind of realize that it's okay to be in that accept that and be like, okay, I learned from that, and then let's see how can I move forward. How can I move to a different stages in your life, right? Because we all go through different stages in our life. We all grow in different moments and different processes, and that's valid, right? Now, um, a lot of people, that too is like, due to the higher fund in reverse, we are going inwards a lot, right? Like you have your own spiritual reasons to, to either, heal your unconscious mind, heal your generational curses, connect with the higher realms, connect with higher divine spirit, and I find that now I've become to realize, and this is through decolonization and spirituality, I combine it in the two, is that the less you do in the 3D, the more you will accomplish in yourself. So connecting to your higher realms much more, it's like it has a more of an expansive energy instead of connecting so much to the 3D life, because the 3D life is so limited and old and toxic as fuck. And as long as it's not healed, or as long as it's not changed, systems are not changed, it will still continue to be this disgusting shit. And that's what I'm saying, is that yes, focus on the 3D life just for your bills and whatever, but don't stay there too long, because it can drag you there. It can drag you down, you know? Keep that high vibes, even if other people makes them uncomfortable, even if they don't like it. It's not for them that you're doing it anyways. You're the one who has to live with yourself when you do fucked up shit that you don't want to do, but you do it because other people are doing it, right? You do it because it's acceptable in society. You are the one who has to live with that. Remember that. Which is why when you choose yourself and you choose to follow higher realms and work on that expansive energy, more good things come to you, more abundance comes to you, more clarity, more focus comes to you. And that's because you are living on your divine purpose. You're working on your divine purpose. Yes, you entertain. Yes, you go into the 3D life because it's just what it is. You connect with humans. You're human. You connect with everything. But learning to do discernment in the 3D and that toxic, fucked up oppression reality, it's important. And this is why decolonization and spirituality can help you. Okay. Now, I find like also doing less, it's more. So doing less, you actually achieve more internally. So therefore helps heal and manifest in the external, right? Because when you start working more inwards, you start getting, downloads that is not necessarily affected by external BS or anything or anybody or any beliefs or anybody, right? You also start healing and you start doing the shadow inner work, right? So, which is a collective healing. Like we're all like everybody who's in this spectrum, in the higher consciousness, working on their shadow work, inner work, and also dealing with this fucked up shit and being an activist, also working on liberation of the mind, you understand this. If you're not in this energy, I mean, why not be there so that you can also be free and not be, dragged down by other people who don't want to take responsibility and accountability for themselves, who are lazy as fuck. They don't want to do the work because it's not easy. This work is not easy. That's why I'm putting it out there. Like I'm telling you all of this, it's not easy. This is every single day. Working on your mind, also the doubts and fears and this imposter syndrome. It's like a daily thing, and it's not easy to work on that. That's why meditation, yoga, exercising, drinking your water, having healthier relations, healthy communication. That too is like we need to work on that, on having healthier communications and expressing ourselves and being okay with, expressing things that might make other people uncomfortable, but it's something that they might need to hear. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are repressing way too much shit to make other people comfortable, especially like if you have to say some truth about some people who have done fucked up shit to you, but you're just covering it up for them so people don't look at them bad. Woo! Mijo, mija, you're suffering in your own mind for these motherfuckers who don't give a shit about you. Think twice about that, okay? Don't suffer for other people who would not suffer what you're suffering for them right now. Remember that. People only do what it benefits them at the end of the day. There's very rare people that people will do other things for other people just because, okay? Me, I'm one of those rare because I'm a giving, loving, kind person. And sometimes that can be my downfall because people take advantage of that. But because of that, I've also, because of those people, because they have shown me their true colors, I've learned to discern it. I learned to stand up for myself. I learned to create strong as fuck boundaries. So I learned to protect my energy, protect my home, protect my children, protect my business, my communities, this space right now. I'm sending you healing as well through here. I am protecting everything energetically and in every possible way. And that's why it requires lots and lots of inner work. Okay. It requires a lot of self discipline. It requires structure. It requires a lot of faith. You have to, you have to be, hold on to, especially when you're going through the turmulation, the karma, and all that stuff, you have to hold on to God. Gotta hold on to Him. Hold on to your angels. Michael is one of the ones that are always there for me, especially with really, really fucked up shit. Okay, pray to Angel Michael. Pray to whatever you think it makes you feel good, that makes you feel safe. That's who you should focus on that high vibration. If maybe you're not into prayer or into meditation, maybe you're into dance or yoga, or I don't know, something that keeps you in the high vibe. There's so many things that can keep you in the high vibe so that you can be protected. Okay. And I'm getting out of topic as usual. But now, what I wanted to say is that I don't think, like, some people are afraid of like this work, right? Or the inner work and stuff like that. But I don't know what it is, but I just wanted to put out there. Like, I don't think I will, because I created this, because I followed my dream, because I went through the deniers, through the betrayals, and I passed all that and I didn't let them bring me down and stuff like that. I'm actually in a place where I'm really happy for the first, I don't know, year, I guess, and that's it, is because I didn't entertain those negative things. I didn't let those people put me down. I didn't let them, um, even if I'm not like, that financial stable and stuff like that yet, but the fact that each day I'm appreciating the process, right? I trust the process. I'm doing the work. I'm being obedient to what I have to do, following my purpose, don't doing bad things to people, really focusing on my own demons and not entertaining negativity. That has actually created this, um, how do I say this conscious space of clarity and just a lot of faith, right? So this is something that I'm putting out there as a conscious creator. I don't think I will never stop creating and working on what I love and following my heart. Okay. So if you're in that energy, awesome. I don't know if people say like, oh, you're gonna retire, you're gonna suffer. I don't see myself that. And that's something that I'm putting it out there, that I'm celebrating as I'm healing, and also through here, that I never thought that I would be in that space. I always saw like, oh, when I'm 65, I have to save, blah, blah, blah. I gotta be, retired, nah, nah, nah. But now I'm seeing that I've created a life that not only I can enjoy with my kids around, that I can, you know, be happy with myself, be happy alone in my solitude and my own, and also be connected with God and spirit and angels, but also heal other people as I'm healing as well. Giving, divine messages like this and healing people through different aspect of the way that I like to be creative. I like to, as a writer, that was my thing, writing, right? But Spirit's been showing me that I'm not just a writer. I'm a multidimensional person, that I do many things, and I should be okay with that. Like a lot of people, that's what I was internalizing, the projection of other people, like, oh no, you can't do so many things. You can't be multitasking. You can't be doing many things. You have to decide one. You have to do one. And I was never comfortable with that. There was something in my spirit that I was like, you're so limited, you know? And I had nothing against them, and I will never judge them or anything. It's just that I notice that they project that into you because it's something that they don't see themselves doing, but because they wish they could do and they choose not to do, they project to you what they project to you their insecurities, right? And then you internalize and you think, oh man. And I did that for many years. And honestly, that's something that I'm learning through this pandemic, through this global, like even through all the fucked up shit that I've went through for the past 2 years. I'm so grateful for the realization of this, of the fact that I created something that it's not something that can be explained. It's not the usual thing. It's different. Um, I don't go with the grind. I don't need to be posting podcasts every day. Like it's not something that, it's something that I am here divinely led. I am following spirit. I'm following divine. And I'm so happy because they had taught me, yes, through the bad, but also in the good sense that I'm able to work for what I love and following my heart. And I don't have to, and because I did that for many years and didn't let that stop me, I'm in this space right now. And now because I'm in this space, I want to pass that knowledge to you. I want you to know that you will always have people that are going to fuck your life. Okay? They're going to try no matter what. And yes, this could be people that you love, people that you trust. Okay? These people can deceive you, betray you, be jealous of you, and envy you. Okay? But the fact is, because you have a dream or an idea that goes against what they believe, what they think. But at the end of the day, they're not living your life. You are living that life right now, this journey, whatever you're doing right now while you're listening to this. You know deep inside what is your purpose. Whether when you space out and take all their opinions, all their projections, all the things that they think about you and your idea and whatever, because I'm sure you ask other people because we are insecure, especially when we're born in situations and lives like this. We ask other people thinking that they have their best interests at heart, and we ask them our opinions about certain things that we want to do, that we idea or dreams that we want to do, and we tend to be disappointed most of the time because these people don't agree with us. They have their own opinions and shit, and we believe them, and we internalize it, and then that's it. We accept it. Okay, I guess that will not bring me money. Or I guess like not everything has to deal with money. That's the one number thing. Money is an energy. And whatever you create with love and good intentions, and when you're good to other people, money just flow to you. I swear to God. It's an abundance. It's an energy that just flows to you. Okay? And nothing and nobody can take away what's for you. Okay? Remember that. So yes, it takes time to create a life that has a meaning, you know but I think every step of that meaningful life that you're trying to create for yourself, eventually it's valid. Okay, because you are the one who bring the meaning to your own life, right? So at the end of the day, you know it comes to you. All the choices, all the things that it comes to you, to your choices that you choose today. Why do you choose to entertain today? Why do you want to do today, right? And that's what I want to leave out there. um, what else did I want? I wrote down so many things. So yeah, which helps with our healing and conscious benefits. Yeah. So the last thing that I wanted to say was that balancing your light and dark shadows, okay, within yourself, can help generate conscious stability internally and externally, okay, and it can actually benefit your generational lineage, okay, whether it doesn't matter about race or anything like that. Although race is engraved in everything that we do, because there's been a dissociation, a disconnection within the inequality, oppression, and capitalist systems. Okay, so that's why when we are focused on we're talking about race or stuff like that, it's important to understand that there's two sides to the story, and usually the story that has been silent and oppressed and conditioned for you to continue ignoring is the one that you should be looking into. Okay, when somebody, a system or program or community or whatever, is so focused on, it's not a community, because most communities right now are not doing that. Most communities are actually focusing on healing and dismantling all this crap and eradicating white supremacy and all this disgusting stuff. This is where comes the acceptance, right? And then after the acceptance comes the discernment, and then after the discernment comes the awareness, and this is where you get to your be in your higher consciousness. Okay, so this is why I find that the colonization of their mind, spirit, helps with our healing of, bringing unconscious into their consciousness, which also benefits our planet, Gaia, and humanity as a whole, as a in everything. Okay, so I'm just putting it out there that when you focus on, you know, eradicating, dismantling all this white supremacy, because it's everywhere. It's like something that you just can't, and also they're trying to put it also into a spirituality as well, and also the colonization, like they're trying to integrate it, the white supremacy. It's kind of nasty. So whoever's doing that, please stop. It's gross. It's just weird. It's really weird. And usually, again, that's white people, because they need to, I don't even know what it is. Like, they just feel so disgusting because their culture has been, it's known to be like this toxic, disgusting shit, right? And they can't live with themselves knowing that their ancestors have done that, and then they're still doing that. But guess what, buddy? We don't need your sympathy. We don't need your victimize or your hateful or envious shit. What we need you to do is to take action, is to heal yourself so that you can also break that generational curse that has been going on for centuries. That's what we're asking you. And also, we are asking you to do this so that you can connect and communicate better without the hateful and envious mindset, so that you can connect with BIPOCs and also help us create the liberation that we're all seeking. Also, that can help us create the equity and circular economy that we're trying to do. But in order for you to do that, you have to align to those who are healing, who are in the colonization, who are in the spirituality as well, who are standing in the front lines fighting your oppressors, your colonizer, fucking ancestors. Okay, that's what we're asking you to do. That's really it. And yes, it's hard. Yes, it's very difficult. But guess what? These people that you're shading and sending energy and doing all this fucked up shit, and siding with the oppressors, and celebrating Thanksgiving like an ignorant fucking asshole. Yeah, you have a lot of work to do to get to this space. And again, it only comes from healing. And the fact that you're not doing that, it just shows us that you're still in that oppression mentality and that colonized mentality. And then again, it doesn't benefit you, it doesn't benefit our planet, and it doesn't benefit your next lineage. It just creates toxicity. It creates toxic things. And that's what we're trying to help everyone get out of, because it's not healthy for nobody, especially for our planet, especially for our planet right now. Okay. All right, guys. I hope this helped you. Thank you for liking and downloading the podcast, also following us on social media. Thank you so much for reading our blogs on Medium and our and the website. I invite you to go to writerscf.com to check out our collective store. We have different items there that can also, help you keep consciously creative, but also, as you see, most of the profits that goes to organizations. If you look at our the menu, it says give back. So if you're not into that, if you're looking into just don't want to spend any money, I am totally okay with that. But if you're wanting to, what, like save some money and help another community, we have Give Back. It's a section where I'm going to be providing different organizations, different places where you can help indigenous community, people of color, give back to food organizations, like things like that, to give back. Okay, because at the end of the day, in order to empathy is built, and we have to build it from an apathy world, right? So the way to do this is that when your cup is full, make sure that you can help others fill that cup too. Okay, that's the goal that we're trying to build here, the empathy and circular economy. Okay, is to help others as we are helping ourselves, and help our planet, like build ways that you can be consciously consumer, and do conscious things, like help organization, volunteer to organizations who are working for non-plastic organization, or indigenous communities fighting the Stop Line 93. Like there's a lot of going on, like right now there's a lot of inconsistency and lies about the fact that they, right here in Canada, they are, and in any part of the world, they are removing people from their indigenous lands to, for corporate reasons, right? And this is something where, we have to be aware of this and be able to help and contribute and speak up. Okay, because we cannot continue living this way, and it's time for us to take our power back by healing ourselves, focusing on ourselves, and then helping others along the way. Okay. All right. Hope this helped you. Love you guys. I'm sending you such much good vibe and healings. And make sure you're decolonizing and using your spiritual practice in a good way. Okay. Good actions. Okay. Don't entertain the low negative energy. Don't entertain that. Okay. You're better than that. You're much better than that. Your divine goddess is here. Okay. All right. I love you very much, and I'll see you next episode. Make sure you're kind to yourself, to your planet, and to others, okay? Bye-bye.